Gotta go to the store tonight. Hopefully this car still works and the battery is not flat. Oh wow, I forgot I even got this stuff. This must have been a couple days before everything just crashed and burned. The following days after that were such a wash, I forgot about picking up this stuff. I haven't used the car in probably over 2 weeks because I didn't feel like going anywhere when that first happened. And then I got the COVID, so I wasn't going anywhere for that reason. And then it was so cold I didn't feel like going anywhere. So I didn't. But now I need to go buy some more food. Otherwise I'm gonna starve. Okay. And actually I am quite hungry, so this is bad. You should never go to the grocery store when you're hungry. I'll try very hard to keep to the list. Now this thing does not sit out in the cold, so it has that going for it, but the battery is definitely getting up there in age. So let's see what happens. Oh, that actually wasn't too bad. It was a little slower than usual, but nothing concerning. I have a bunch of bags that of like cans and stuff to bring to the recycle center to get some money out of those. So I'm gonna load those in the car now, and I'm gonna leave the car on while I do that. I don't normally do that. I'm usually pretty particular about shutting the car off if I'm not actually doing the driving, but I want to let the battery charge up a little bit. So I'll just put you there. Oh, no, that's not gonna work. Maybe I'll put it up here. Got to be able to see the loading into these bags because this is, really riveting material here. I might even slip and fall because there's ice all over the driveway. It did snow about 3 inches here, and I don't clean it up. I don't care about it. The mailbox is at the street. It's not impairing the mail delivery or anything. Why is this box like that? Oh. There's some stuff for the kitchen in there that my mother gave me. I forgot about that too. All the soda bottles, the Mexican soda bottles, the cans, and the plastic film bottles, which of course are good for the environment. Yep, I almost just slipped and fell. This is what the driveway looks like. It's starting to melt off now. Should be gone by the end of the week. I think it's supposed to be up near 50 and raining on Thursday, so it'll be gone. All right, let's see if we see any Christmas lights. feel like I really got gypped out of Christmas this year because the last 2 weeks is like prime Christmas peeping, and I haven't been out to see any of it. I think those lights on that house there are those Home Accents Holiday DEL ones that I like. They have a very distinct appearance. I'm pretty sure those are it. I haven't gone anywhere in the last couple of days because the salt on the roads. So hopefully, it looks like there's still traces of it, but I think it's mostly gone. At least it's not wet anymore, so it shouldn't be flinging up and sticking to the frame of the vehicle as much as it would if it was wet. I just don't go anywhere when it snows anymore. Unless I really have to, there was some kind of emergency, but otherwise I just don't bother. This house here on the right still uses incandescent C9s. There's painted ones on the house and clear white ones on the stone wall. Beautiful. It's one of very, very few places I know of that still use them. I have to say I'm very disappointed with the amount of Christmas lights around here this year. There is not much. There's a lot of houses that have nothing. Years ago, I remember it was like every house almost had something, but this is kind of disappointing. I know the cost of electricity is going up, but you could at least do something. A couple strings of DELs at least. Look how dark it is around here. This is really disappointing. I guess I wasn't missing much sitting at home then. Wow, this really is a shame. Well, we can't park there because that person's eating up 2 spaces, which is kind of ridiculous. Jeez, I can't believe how many people there are here right now. This is ridiculous. Okay, let's see if there's anything we don't need at the thrift store. I just got done at stores. I did not get anything at the thrift store. There wasn't really anything too notable. There was a pretty good sized pre-lit Christmas tree, incandescent, which I liked, but it was too wide. I don't really have anywhere to put it. If it was more narrow, I would have got it for the computer room, but it's too wide. And there was a fiber optic tree with candles, but the power cord was missing, so it was too expensive to not have the power cord. And I got $10 out of the cans and bottles. I'm getting real hungry here. I think we're gonna make a meat sauce tonight to have with some pasta. I got some tomatoes on sale that we can use to do that, and I have some ground beef at home. I just de-thawed it this morning. Surprisingly, the battery in the car seems to be just fine. Maybe it's not as old as I thought it was. It turned over just fine this time as well, so I guess it's okay. It's now 38 degrees. This is the coldest it's been out in a long time. The McDonald's just got put in recently. More stinking fake food. Or the heck, fake white material they put in them chicken nuggets or the chicken with a million air quotes around it, nuggets. Stinking, what the heck is that, like just generic nuggets with mystery contents? Nah, not for me. There's funny man food there. Where the heck are all the Christmas lights? This is stupid. Nobody celebrates Christmas anymore? Okay, I just got back from the store. Let's put these fans on and then we'll see what we got in the grocery bag. And then we can start the cooking. Okay, so we have some blueberries. These are huge blueberries. These should be very good. This is all not going to be clear on the video because it's too dark in here. So that needs to go in the refrigerator. We got some strawberries that was grown in Florida, allegedly. It's probably accurate, I don't know. Hope they're not lying on the box. And I got some onions. We're gonna need one of these onions for our meal tonight. We got some sausage that was on sale for 59 cents. We're going to use that in our meal tonight. And we got some There's a couple catastrophes. We got some ice cream, which we should not have gotten, but I was hungry, so I got ice cream. I got a cookie that I should not have gotten because I was hungry. We got some milk. And we've got some tomatoes, which we're going to use for the meat sauce tonight. We got some of the soda. And we got some different soda I've never had before. This is very expensive, but there's nothing really wrong with the ingredients. So if this tastes decent, then that's a good alternative to have sometimes. And I should not have bought this, but I bought it anyways. I got some cinnamon rolls. I haven't had these in probably, I don't know, 10 or 15 years. I vaguely remember my mother used to make these on a rare occasion, and they were on sale, so I got a couple of these. They used to go in the refrigerator. And then I went through the, there's a section of the store that has discounted products because the packaging is damaged. So I always go through there and see what we can get in terms of canned goods that'll last a while. So I got a bunch of tomatoes that we can use to make tomato sauce. I got four cans of tomatoes. And these are, that one was $1.73. This was $1.50. And this was $1.50. And that makes a handful of servings of tomato sauce, even by my standards, per can. So that's pretty good. And then sometimes I'll grab a couple of soups if they're a good price. So this soup was $2. And this is chicken, broccoli, cheese with potato. And this is 430 calories. So this is a whole meal. I don't eat a lot of canned, like prepared foods like this. I do eat a lot of canned vegetables, but not a lot of stuff like this, just because it's very processed. But every now and again, I don't feel like cooking. It's nice to just have something like this instead. This is, it's got a whole host of ingredients, but the first ingredients is water, potatoes, chicken, meat, broccoli, vegetable stock. So it's not bad. It's not terrible. Next, we got some Italian style bean and pasta. This is 310 calories. And this is water, tomato puree, northern beans, kidney beans, pasta, spinach, dried cheese, salt, modified food starch is not great, olive oil, garlic powder, sugar, spice, onion powder. So it's, it's not terrible. And then for $1.73, I got some pineapple slices. I haven't had any pineapples in several months, so that'll be nice to have. Okay, so that's all our food. That's not all the food. I forgot about the cheese fiasco. So there's a cheese fiasco going on right now. I usually buy the Locatelli branded cheese for the pasta. It's like a staple item in this house, like the stupid soda. And recently somebody put, I think it was Listeria bacteria, in the cheese, and it caused a massive recall. So now I can't get that cheese anymore. So I got a couple different cheeses to try. My mother recommended this cheese, so I got this cheese. I've had this before. It's a good cheese, but it's not quite as good as the Locatelli cheese. And the container is also half the size. Now I'm curious what it costs in relation to the other one. The other one's about $11. This is $7, so it's about half the price. So I also got this cheese to try. This is kind of a nostalgia item, I guess. I remember that my grandmother used to buy this cheese. I remember having this cheese at her house back in the 2000s, and I don't really remember what it tastes like, but it was relatively inexpensive. This was only $4. I don't know how the area of this compares to that. This is 6 ounces, and this is 5 ounces. So this is considerably less expensive. I remember this bottle very distinctly. It's kind of a really odd shaped. It's got like a texture on the bottom, and it's a really oddly shaped bottle. I remember this so vividly. So we'll see if this is any good. This is Parmigiano Romano, whereas this is Pecorino Romano. I probably like the flavor of this one better, but until we can get the Locatelli back, we gotta make do with other stuff. This allegedly has 34 servings per container, which is a crock of bologna. I mean, I'll be lucky if this lasts 2 or 3 meals around here. Same thing with this. This claims to have 28 servings, but that's a crock of bologna. I can go through this in 2 sittings. And if Kevin comes over, then it's like, we need 2 of them. Very curious to try this. It's not affordable, but it's an interesting concept. I've seen ads for that too on the computer. Okay. Oh, well, let's see. This has to go in the refrigerator. But this does not until you open it, I think. Because it wasn't in the refrigerator at the store. It's a Jed for over 5 months. Yeah, refrigerate after opening. Okay. So, I'll put this box away. And now let's do some cooking. And there goes an air quality issue. That's not a good sign. Didn't even do any cooking yet. Yeah, this is going to take a long time to warm up. This is when I wish I had a gas stove, because this is really kind of slow to heat up. But what's nice about this pan, this is a commercial pan. This is very thick, and so even though the heat source isn't the greatest, if you dump a lot in here at once, it kind of holds the heat, and it cooks really well compared to a basic flimsy pan, you know, on a stove like this. Something like this, for example, this is very thin. This temperature changes quickly in this pan, which sometimes you need that, but then sometimes you don't. So I like this pan. Plus this thing is indestructible. You can cut in there, you can use a metal spatula in there, you can throw it in the dishwasher, you can scrub it with steel wool. It's super easy to take care of. Alright, so we got to get a onion or 2 set up here. These are from Schumann Farms, a proud partner of Feeding America. These are from Peru. That's interesting. So the farm is in Georgia, but it's coming out of Peru. That doesn't make any sense. So the farm don't grow anything? Well, what good is the farm then? That's kind of messy. What a stupid design. And we're going to use 2 of these. They're kind of small. And I just really like onions. Sounds like a stinking bell. I usually cancel out the outer layer because it gets kind of dodgy. Although actually that doesn't look too bad. Maybe I'll uncancel it. Just need to get that film off of her. That's not plastic film, that's like natural film. So we want to get chunks like that, so we'll cut it like this. I love onions. And garlic. We'll put some garlic too. Ah, there's some film. Get that out of there. Ah, more film. I'm going to take some pictures. Yeah, we'll put another one because this is small. More film. Okay, there's the onion. We'll turn that off because we're not dealing with tear gas anymore. Now let's see if we can get this garlic. I think that this garlic is rancid. It might be okay. I have an apparatus for this. Here it is. This you put into here like this, and it peels the garlic. Very cool. It works very, very well. Oh no. See, the garlic is starting to spoil. That's okay, we're going to eat it anyways. That sound was a little concerning. That sounded like an electrical sound. Kind of like a light bulb burning out. I wonder if one of those C9s went out. Okay, I think that's good for the garlic. That's a whole clove. But no, there's a film. Okay, clean all that up later. So now I think we're gonna put the meat in there. It's getting pretty hot now. And we'll cook the meat, and then we're gonna drain it because I don't want all that fat in there. I don't like eating animal fat. I think it's gross. So we're gonna take all the fat out, and we're gonna replace it with olive oil. Oh no, this is not opening nicely. This is 92, so there's not going to be a lot of fat in here, but there will be some we're going to cancel out. Do you hear that sizzling sound? That means it's hot. Don't touch it. Okay, we got to turn it quickly, otherwise it's going to get burnt. So now we can just slice this up right here in the pan, which is kind of convenient. I should have used the bigger one. That's not working. This is going to cook very quickly because the temperature is hot. Now that other one is probably better. Some people have a phobia to ground beef. I don't care if it's cooked all the way or not. In fact, that's probably just about good right there. And it looks like all the fat kind of vaporized off, so we don't even have to worry about that. Okay, now we gotta get a cover out. Do a little bit of frying here. The olive oil, and here goes the onions. Unfortunately, they're making a mess, but sometimes that happens. I'll have to clean it up later with some melamine foam. Oh, duh, this isn't even on anymore. But see, the pan is still very hot. That's what I was talking about. This pan holds the heat pretty good. Here's the ground beef. Guess we can open this while we're waiting. Actually, you know, I probably have some older ones in here and use those up first. Here we go. Here goes an older one. We'll use that one today instead. Oh, that's tomato sauce. That's not what I wanted. Cancel that. We're not going to use that today. I just wanted plain tomatoes. There's some black beans in there. We'll have to make some chili. Okay, well that's done. All right, we're just going to use the one we got today. Yeah, these are actually almost ready to go. This is kind of dirty. Might be some mice running across the can in the grocery store. Okay, that looks about good for the onions. They're gonna cook some more once the sauce is simmering anyways, so lower that down now. Here's the tomatoes. I gotta get another bowl to put the onions into, then we're gonna cook up the garlic. I guess I should have just put the garlic in a separate pot. Okay, here goes the garlic. The garlic, you gotta watch it closely because it burns easy. Here's the onion with a little bit of ground beef leftovers in them. This is chicken, beef, and pork added in chicken broth. It actually looks like the picture. Okay, there's the garlic. Now we're going to put in the tomato sauce, or the tomatoes, it's not sauce. Too hot. Might have to add two things of tomatoes. I wanted to put some carrots in this also. Yeah, we're going to have to add a second thing of tomatoes. That's fine, we'll just have this for a couple of days. I'm just going to eat the rest of these carrots plain. Too many carrots in there. In the sauce, not in the can. Too many carrots in the sauce. Are these cured? The discount thing was typed over the stinking information. Oh, it's a good thing this wasn't at the OKWill. We'd never see that information again. They're ready to eat plump. They can be eaten right out of the container, so then they are already cured. Not bad. Should have cut this sausage in half, or maybe even thirds. I guess I can do that now. So you can't be doing this in a Teflon pan. Damage the non-stick surface, but this will be fine. think we'll just eat in the kitchen today. Oh, this only have 2%. I gotta change the battery. I changed the battery. We're gonna cheat and use pasta out of a box. Jeez, this is making a mess. And we're gonna try this cheese today. See if this cheese is any good. It's very Christmassy in here now. All right, this will be ready in a few minutes. Oh, it's getting cold here in the living room. I gotta put the stove up. It's not on very hot. It's not too bad tonight though. What is it? 34, 36? 31. It's going down. Still not as bad as the previous couple of nights. Can you hurry up? Oh, perfect, this is done. And yes, many people have made fun of me for making the pasta in the pan, but joke's on those people because it takes half the time to get it to boil. I hate when pasta has any kind of like dampness to it, so I usually put that there and kind of let it dry out a little bit. Okay, there's the pasta, and here's the sauce. Excellent. And now we've got dinner for probably, let's see, 1, 2, this is probably four more meals in here. Okay, get tired of listening to that. Oh, that's great. Yeah, always a tripod freak show in the video. Okay, let's see how this cheese is gonna go. I like the milk with pasta. "4C." So if I recall correctly, there should be a little thing here that comes up. Yep. And I remember this plastic top. I remember this plastic top vividly as well. We used to take this off and because it would, like, the cheese would chunk up because it doesn't have cellulose powder which keeps it from like sticking together. So I vividly remember taking the top off of this and stirring up the inside. I guess it doesn't really matter if this is any good or not because this is what we've got for the time being, but just for information purposes. Let's see. It's okay, but it's nothing like the Locatelli cheese. It's very bland. It's very bland, and it's kind of like, it's kind of hard. The Locatelli cheese is very soft and fluffy. This is kind of hard and almost kind of reminds me of sand. I find a lot of these cheeses are like that. Well, all right. That's a little disappointing, but it was a nice run of nostalgia, and at least it was inexpensive. So I'm gonna eat the pasta now, and we're gonna watch a video on the CRT TV, which you probably can barely see from back here, but it is what it is.
So, yeah, this prevented it from ever taking breaks and defrosting itself, which is important. We also saved, these are extras for the shelf in case you lose them. It's what the plastic in here that holds the shelf up. They can stay in here for now. Okay. And that's the lamp wire, that's not the scrap. What else we got up here? More spools. We got an electrical box that's got spray foam. I saved that from somewhere. The 50 amp wire nuts. We have some weatherproof faceplate in there. See a bunch of GFCIs that still work that I was replacing somewhere, so I kept them all. These I like. See, they look older. That's why I bought them at a yard sale, I think. You can tell they're a bit older. I just like that look. So upstairs I thought it was going to look cool. I did upstairs the bedroom all black. The faceplates and the electrical plugs. But guess what? Especially in a dark, dim room, even in a well-lit room, you can't even find the socket hole. So I won't buy those again. But I do really like gray. Gray is something I've stuck with any newer stuff I've been doing. Gray is really nice. A lot of newer houses are using gray now instead of white.
Oh, I hate
It doesn't get dirty as fast, but it's not as impossible to find as black. And I also thought about leaving the plugs and switches black and replacing with a gray plate. Might look cool, mixing it up. These could be vacuumed. So many times that could come in handy. I'm not gonna know where it is. Okay, what is this? What is this? I see a cutter in there. I'm not exactly sure
The knife sharpener.
what this was. I don't know. Disposable decorating bags. That's gonna keep itself out, 'cause sometimes I need. So at one point I found a box of like 50 free tape measures from the side of the road. The guy must have been collecting them. They're all Harbor Freight ones. You get the free coupons all the time. They're very useful to have around, those cheap ones. I can't find a single one of them. And there's the chain for holding up a light over a table. Some hooks. Candles. Those candles are actually going to make their way upstairs. I have a whole cabinet shelf of tea lights and different candles. More scrap wire. Look at that. And mouse traps. These, oh, they're made by Victor. I guess they're a bit better. Look at that. It goes right through. So, I don't buy these wooden ones anymore because, in my opinion, they don't work as well. I've been buying the plastic ones that have the teeth. It's like a miniature bear trap jaw. They work awesome. Dead every time. These ones, it closes on the mouse, and the mouse is still alive for a period of time, so they run away with the traps into the woods and you never find them because of the very leaky garage. You also find them every now and then when you do cleaning. You'll find them all in the back corner because they move them. My grandparents would screw these to a piece of wood so they can't run away with them, but still, the mouse can always lick the peanut butter off, it seems. They're not sensitive enough. But those ones that are shaped like a bear claw, to get to the peanut butter, they have to step on a pressure plate. So they're a lot more reliable. I don't use these ones anymore. So, no sense of them being in here. Look at all that. That could be vacuumed out. Okay.
Just as a quick side note, I have mouse traps like that in the garage. And I agree, they're terrible. They don't work reliably. And one of them just exploded a couple nights ago. I think I'll make a whole separate video on that because it's so outrageous.
Look at all that. Ooh, what's in there? Do I have literal dust mites? I think we got dust mites in here. Probably something years ago I mistaken as bed bugs. It's clearly not bed bugs if it's living in here. Little mites. Look at that. Why am I keeping this bed thing? Am I going to use that again? Nope. This scrub brush would actually be really, really good for scrubbing out the amethyst over the winter time, so I'm keeping that out. Here's a GFCI that pulled out of someone's house. That can just be cleaned up really nice. Raid. Feels like it's losing pressure, but that doesn't need to be in here. Another faceplate. Here's a heavy-duty extension cord. But yeah, we need to sort these. Or actually, at this point, I'm going to take out what I want and dump the rest. Faceplate can go with the rest of the faceplates. Take out the... Well, actually, I needed one of these the other day. So the other day I was plugging in plugged something with a 3-prong into a cheaper extension cord. I don't even know why it had 3-prong. It didn't use a lot of power, but I ended up having to mutilate the extension cord to get it to fit. I gotta remember where that adapter is. So these have a bit of rust on them. See, I was saving these from a job, thinking I could reuse them. It's literally not worth it. We're gonna dump it. Dump out all this junk. Then that drawer can be wiped.
With 12 grams of protein per serving, Quaker is your ace in the bowl. Quaker, bring out the good.
Put away the bad. What the heck was that?
Ooh, that made a poof of sheetrock dust. But it's in the trash. Okay. It's gotta be wiped. I actually had a whole bunch of wet wipes in here from the COVID that were also super discounted. The wood stove dried them all out, so they were nothing more than tissues at that point. This saw, I was using this saw, struggling for years. My friend came over, who's a contractor. He helped me with a few things around the house. He helped me get rid of that stupid carpet that was in my entryway. It was down the stairs. He replaced all these because a couple were cracked. We just replaced them all. He helped me out. And he was using this saw and he was like, get a new blade. And this thing goes through it like butter. I was using a junk blade that it came with got this at a yard sale years ago when I was on a pedal bike. That was a struggle to get home without a bike rack. Ooh, look what's under it. All these faceplates. Shove those in the faceplate area. There's another faceplate under there. Right there. Extended warranty. It's going in the trash. I probably only kept this bag because it has things in it. It's just in the way. I keep so many fasteners that come with things and I never use them. What's this receipt in the back? Okay, so this receipt back here, this is when I sent, I remember that now. It was actually, it's kind of surprising that we'd find that receipt during a video like this, because I made a video like this years ago cleaning out the garage, and there was all these Winnie the Pooh drinking glasses in all the stuff. Someone in my comments saw that I was going to donate all that, and they asked, can I buy these off of you? And I just asked for their address in private, and I sent it to them. I didn't want any money, I just sent it to them. I didn't want them to reimburse me or anything for the shipping. I just sent it to them to be nice. Hope that guy got it. I think he said he was a police officer or someone. Look at all these rags. That should go with my car washing stuff. Making these out nice. These, I think we're going to use as rags. I think they're pillowcases. Pillowcases that are interesting. I think we were down here intended to be rags for cleaning stuff up. I might use them again because they're kind of interesting and funky. I'll just leave those back there on my dad's military pants. Here, closer to the tools. This is a very nice belt. Bought that years ago. It's a nice real leather belt, but unfortunately, I'm not fat enough for it. You see the factory holes? I had to make 1, 2, 3, 4. I had to make a ton of smaller holes. If I cut this, would it fray? I'm not sure. We're going to wind it up real nice. It's gonna sit on the shelf until I either donate it or give it to a heavier friend. I think I'm going to donate it, actually. I think I'm going to donate it. It doesn't need to be here. I'm not going to intend on getting super fat. These going upstairs at some point to the kitchen. Let's make a kitchen pile. I like to have piles when I'm organizing that are bound towards somewhere. So the next time I head to the kitchen, I better carry that up with me upstairs. The next time I go out to the garage, those better come with me. This better come with me. Go with the car washing stuff. This thing of rags and sheetrock stuff can go back under there and be hidden away for another 10 years. This is gonna make its way out to the shed with all these chemicals.
Go get you wings.
Diagnosed with Crohn's disease and struggling with your symptoms? It's not too soon to talk to your doctor about...
Oh, yeah. So this is staying down here. This is staying in the basement for amethyst cleaning. This basket will find its way to the back of the shed. And will desperately go out there when I find an ant or some sort of infestation of bugs. We'll revisit that. So this is our trash bin right here. This is donate bin. That belt with all those lights. I can donate these mouse traps. They just do not work good. I found something that works a lot better with a high accuracy of killing, and they're more humane. Those things are not as humane. I made a video years ago that YouTube has since banned. I guess it was too bad for YouTube to have on. I can't find. I don't think I have that type of screw to add that to at the moment. But it was a video showing everyone a humane mousetrap. It showed, because these mice were going to die anyways in the garage by a mousetrap. I spent years and years relocating them, but I was just giving the problem to someone else, so I don't do that anymore. But there was a video showing the mousetraps going off with live catches, and I was proving that these things here, the mouse will be alive out there. You know, it's out of sight, out of mind. You know, people don't really care because they don't witness this happening in their garage in the middle of the night. But I wanted that video to be out there to show people that these ones here actually keep the creature alive for 20 minutes or a half an hour because it's not strong enough. While those other ones, movement is gone in a minute. They're more humane. That's why I switched to the faster traps. But YouTube didn't like that video. It got banned. I have not had a video banned in years. I've had quite a few demonetized. But the only one I've had banned is 2 can find its way to the junk pile. Behind my head. And this right here, we actually just found free on the side of the road. This teeny little thing is actually going to go inside of my truck, because I think I can run this thing for short bursts of time with my little Honda generator, because this looks like it's, compared to most space heaters, probably draws very little. No, actually 1500, just like most. This is compact enough I can keep in my truck. Because look how big this thing is. It's like 3 times as big, regular household one. Here's my pipe bender. Here's more electrical stuff that needs to be put away. Here's my wood stove gloves. Here's cat cable, internet cable, cat 6. This was actually intended for a job that we never did. This whole box. There's a lot of things in here I could probably return. So, if you have parts like this, nothing's wrong with them. The bar skew is the same. You can return these to Home Depot, Lowe's, Walmart, wherever they came from. Just make sure that they have the same skew. Doesn't matter if it's 5 years later. It really doesn't matter. You're not giving them a defective product. It's something they still make. So just bring it into the store. If they ask you if you have a receipt, say no. If they ask if you have a credit card you bought it with, say no. And Home Depot or Lowe's, it doesn't matter if it's been a year. They will honestly just give you your money back if you're honest with them. But every now and then you'll get that employee that says, nope, it's past their 30-day window. Just say you bought it last week and they'll give you your money back and things like that. No harm done. It'll just get, there's nothing wrong with these products. Just overstock, but that's the cool thing about Home Depot. They will take things back because they know jobs can take longer than 30 days and extra things around the job site you can return so the customer doesn't spend as much money, and they will do that past their window. Home Depot doesn't really have a maximum window of things like that. I've learned over the years. I've been able to return things quite a bit after. Here's some fishing tape. Okay. Flashing. Look at that old drill. I'd probably never use it again, but I'm going to keep it. This thing has very little power, but that's what I had playing around as like a 10-year-old, and it's probably a good thing that it was underpowered, because I was drilling things like the bed frame and stuff. That's how I learned.
Bobby lost its cranberry sauce.
I had a crazy idea. We were surprised that no one had done it before.
Success doesn't follow a formula, and neither do you.
Who knew that dancing with dogs could actually become my career?
Planning ahead,
I knew that the experience was going to start with people going to the website.
or playing it by ear.
Look at this. We restorated this. This was my great-grandfather's. Found that in his basement. It was all rusty, and we painted it up and restorated that in a video years ago. Not one of my best videos back then, but I did the whole step-by-step thing. Here's a 9-volt. Speaking of that, some of my analog clocks need a battery around the house. We're going to replace those this weekend. I have an analog clock in every single room. Most people don't these days, especially people my age. I'm 24. Most people my age don't even know how to read an analog clock, amazingly. You should look up the statistics on that. People born after the year 1990, most of them cannot read an analog clock, despite it being in every classroom. It's because of phones.
Stupid phones.
Oh. We have a whole nother. Look at this. This is a very cheap caulking gun. I have much better ones. We're going to donate this one. The ones that don't have teeth along it don't get a lot of grip, and especially something very thick, like adhesive. You're not going to get it out of there very good. It's a cheap cheap one. By that tag, it looks like this was probably bought a long time ago. What store did it come from? $2.29. Must have been a long time ago. But what do we got back here? For anyone wondering, this thing has a heat shield, so it doesn't affect most things stored next to it. People said that was a bad idea having water. Nothing gets hot. There's heat shields in this. It only really projects forward. This was a discount shelf find. I bought this, but never really used it. See, it's for roaches, but I thought it could be used for ants because I found out. But I got these things super discounted. That's why I have them. The number one. Well, one of the chemicals in there is also good for ants when I was reading it. It's a kind of chemical that any ant is going to bring back to the nest and share it, and everyone's dead. Air duct sealant. Still nice. Never been opened. There's some painting stuff that I never even knew was back here. There's a doorknob. I personally can't stand the ones with the pick or a pain in the butt. I just buy ones with a key, even for the bathroom door. If someone locks themselves out, they just go get a master key somewhere in the house instead of picking it. It's gonna get donated. This looks like it's been used and cleaned. It's okay. Leave that in there. We have a bin of mismatched. We got a little thing of tape. Lots of thumbtacks, Christmas light, that's the one that you put in there that makes it flash. It's like a relay.
I hate those.
Nuts and bolts. My curiosity will probably keep that in there a bit longer. Discount shelf lights. See how it's blue? I like to use different color lights on the 4th of July. I'll replace the lights on the porch and stuff with wacky colors. Look at this. I actually found this in a box of free stuff on the side of the road. I don't even know if it works. But it's good enough for a shed or a closet. Down here we're not really going to find too much to get rid of. Actually, this is forward. That can slide back. Here's just a box. Why am I keeping that? Get that out of here. What's in this tin? It's heavy. I think I know what it is, and it's something I've been looking for. Yes, it is. For little shelves. In fact, those are actually what's holding the shelves in the other room up there. It's for narrow shelves and it just fits into a track. So I can make shelves here. I just put the tracks up. They would actually look good on the metal wall. Look how dusty that is.
Want to take the guesswork out of holiday shopping?
No.
A gift card
Keep
from
it
Hobby
in.
Lobby.
So wood stove doesn't make the house dusty. What makes it dusty is when you clean it out. Dust goes everywhere. Yeah, I probably should get a... It's for Christmas lights. I should probably get a... They have shop vacs that are specially for fireplaces. When you get a shop vac, you're going to instantly clog the filter. This stuff is so fine. They have special vacuums apparently for that. This chemicals also going out to the shed. Doesn't need to be in here. You can also concentrate some of this stuff in a bit, like that. Concentrating. Look at that, it's already looking cleaner in here. Okay, what's underneath the wood stove? Manual. Ooh, more Romex. More wire. Here's a coat hanger. Metal coat hangers always come in handy. I'm always destroying them, so I decided to go online, and instead of having the plastic ones, I actually bought a case of these metal ones. Couldn't find the copper ones like most of these older ones are, but I found steel ones. I was actually able to get a 500 pack for like $20. So pretty cheap wire hangers from Amazon. Wow, a lot of zip ties. I gotta put some of those in my truck. This, I bought this saw here because I couldn't believe that this was only $1. The dollar store a couple years ago. Double it is now with inflation. These were also on the discount shelf, that's why I got these. You can make your own garden hose. This is where I suspected, if it did, it dried up. This is what I suspected. The hand sanitizer that was half empty may have spilled, but I'm not seeing it. I love this homemade drill thing that my great-grandfather made. It's just a chunk of aluminum, but he punched all those numbers. I should buy a brand new drill set and put it in that. Make it look, actually use it again. It's nice, it's aluminum, it won't rust. That block, let's get that out of here. It's actually really nice. Look at that. It's just a piece of metal stock. It's pretty light because it's aluminum. It won't rust. It's nice to have. But just because it was from my great-grandfather. I gotta find some drills to put in that so they're nicely available. I have a drill set, but half of them are dull. I'm gonna get another one. We're clearing off some shelves. And I'm gonna start offering cleaning chemicals to everyone that comes over, because look at, we are stocked from COVID. And you know what's amazing? You see all this stock right here. Let me think about that. It's probably less than $20. What that cost to buy right now. So this was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Dang.
Probably 20-something bucks is what I paid for all this, because all these were 10 cents.
What a mess.
These things here are like 50 cents. These were all 5 cents. We didn't pay a lot for this stuff. We wanted to buy it now. What about these? Are these still going to be good? Hand sanitizer wipes? They're dry as a bone from the wood stove. Dry? Are they dry? My hands are so dusty, it's actually hard to tell. Oh, they're slightly moist. Can't believe they're still slightly moist, considering there's no gasket. But yeah, they are slightly moist. Better use them up fast. That's why a lot of soda goes flat now. Back in the day, you actually had a gasket inside the lid. Now there's no gasket, it's just plastic compression. So new sodas go bad so fast. Okay. Let's make this thing disappear up here. And this is going to be where I can throw a whole bunch of electrical stuff. I like how it's sort of visible up here, but we could probably use these things for something much better. But all this stuff is leaving the room. This is donate. This is trash. This is all going to the shed. This is going to be put next to the door. Bug spray, and that'll be nice for winter coming up. And I think we've made progress in here. Made some good progress. Okay. This is also going to be dumped out, this unknown chemical from years ago that I was spraying. Oh, I think I know what it is, and I know why it's in the house now. It's coming back to me. I said that this one had to be removed from mold. What I believe is in this is MMR. mold stain remover possibly, which expires 3 months after the purchase. Even if it's sealed, you gotta use it up or it's bad. It also could be a different chemical that stays in the woodwork for the life of the building. It's a super strong chemical that was like $300 a gallon, which also, if that might be it, I'm not sure. Not sure which it is, if it's the forever chemical that treats lumber in wet places and it never grows back, or if it's the MMR, which would be long gone expired. But because it's unknown, we're gonna get rid of it. There's water in the can. Okay, we've made a lot of space. We're a little more organized. Now let's clear all this out of here now. Thanks for watching this organizing video. I know some people like to see these. I'm very tired this morning. I just decided to do this waking up out of bed. I'm tired, slow going. Hopefully I can get awake. It was a dreary day. We'll get all this outside. I'm gonna have some energy drink or something that helps me get going. I haven't even drank anything since I got up this morning. I need some water. Well, thanks for watching, everyone. It's early morning. Haven't even turned that light on yet. It's probably like 7 right now. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Happy birthday to you.
Nowhere near done in here. I still gotta wash all the counters because they're all filthy. So let's see if I can put another video.
Alright, so what is up, guys? Welcome back to Meet Your Salsa. Same intro as always. I need to make a channel update video. I need to talk about a couple things, and I just need to fill you guys in on something. So, this channel and its videos are going to be slowing down. So that's the main thing that I'm going to talk about, and I'll make it right into it. So right now, I'm again behind and backed up. This time it's not really stuff, it's just my life, and things are really busy right now, and I don't really have the time to keep messing with this channel and the videos, because I have other things more important in my life right now that I need to focus on, that I can't be making ceiling fan unboxing videos all day every day, because it's causing too much stress. So I'm going to be basically taking a break, and I don't know when that break's going to start, but it's going to probably last a while, and it's not something I'm excited about, but I have to kind of do this. I can't, this channel is too much right now. So right now it's December 14th, I'm going to upload this ASAP. When I'm done recording it, right now it's like midnight. I'm doing an online preach group thing. And well, first, hold on, let me give you context. So, basically, I'm a Christian. I follow Christ. I've put my faith in Him. I've devoted my life to Him. I read the Bible daily. I pray daily. I found God. He saved me from doing some tragic things that I was gonna do to myself that would cause me to not be on this planet anymore. And Jesus Christ saved me from hurting myself indefinitely. And I was going through some rough stuff, basically, a couple years back. I don't know, well, for a while. And last year was, or I'd say mostly 2024, early 2024, I was just wanting to die. This is just a bit of my testimony. And that was, it's kind of hard to talk about because it's so dark, but I almost wouldn't be here anymore, so I started following Christ, gave him a chance, figured out he's real, God is real, Jesus Christ is the way, the truth, and the life, nothing else. God saved me, and I'm still here, standing strong, and ever since, early this year, I really started taking it seriously. I started reading the Bible daily, seeking Him, and it changed my life, and now I'm able to do things that I'm otherwise not able to, like work a job and other things. Couldn't do that when I was depressed and, whatever. So in doing this, I'm focusing more on my faith and my life with God and my walk with Christ that right now is on my priority. I gotta say, if things are rough right now, bro, just, give God a call. Just hit Him up in a prayer and say, Lord, I need your help. And He will literally help you. He will save you. And He will deliver you from these things. Because there's a lot of evil in this world. And that's what He did for me. And I wanted to talk about this on the channel for a long time, but I found Christ a while back, and I took Him seriously. And very recently, I'm doing a preaching thing right now, and I try to preach daily, usually around nighttime, because that's when my friends are around, whatever, and I try to preach, spread the word, spread the gospel to the unknowing and the deceived, and just trying to help other people, trying to spread the word in my workplace, co-workers, my family. I got a lot of stuff going on with my family right now, and I'm just trying to help, and God has been able to provide very well. And unfortunately, this channel, I can't keep this channel alive and manage everything else in my life. It cannot happen. I work a lot right now. Even though I'm only part-time, I'm a lot. It's been very recently, the past couple weeks, it's been extremely stressful in my life. And I've been getting through it, honestly. Through prayer and reading the Bible and knowing the truth and knowing that there's a God that loves me and that wants to help me. It's made this walk so much easier. And normally when I would give up and shut down, I haven't, because God was able to help me and show me a way out of these things. Because I'm very quick to give up on things, as you guys probably know from last October. So, and I'm not saying this as an act of, I'm giving up. I'm just saying, right now, I just can't do it. I cannot handle this channel right now. It's too much right now. I have a lot of things going on. I have a lot of projects and things I'm trying to do. There's stuff I've been doing on other platforms, other areas. I'm just trying to work with my faith.
I'm going to take a break to change the battery. Oh, gosh. Okay, anyways, I'm going to take a break to change the battery. I don't want it to run out during the middle of this because this is a good video. Oops. Oh no.
Mostly, and helping my friends, my family, my coworkers, and that's just right now is what's on my mind, because God created all of us with a purpose and intention. We are not created to just be here and play with this crap all day, and also to play video games and scroll on our phones for hours and hours and hours. God created us in His image with intention and reason and purpose. We all have a purpose we need to fulfill, and right now, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with doing this, I'm just saying this right now is getting in the way of my walk with God, and I don't want this to become an idol. I don't want this to be messing with commandment number 2 or commandment number 1. So as much as I love fans and love making the videos, it's just been becoming a distraction in my life, and it's leading me away from God. And I'm saying this because I was just trying to do a session where I'm preaching and I can't focus because I'm thinking about I gotta make this video because I need to like step away for a minute and I need to tell my audience what's going on. I need to be transparent. I didn't want to say this on camera for a while for no reason, but I need to say it now. So I encourage any other collectors out there that are watching this video and maybe you're thinking about following God or maybe you have or whatever, I seriously, coming from someone that was literally about to make a choice that was not undoable. I can't say anything further because YouTube will mess up and flag my channel for saying sensitive things or whatever crap their little rules are now. But yeah, I was basically going to make an unrevocable decision, and if I did that, I wouldn't be here anymore, and this channel would have been dead a year ago. So, if a God can save me from that, which I've gone to therapy for 2 years, it didn't do anything, by the way, sorry, wasn't the therapist's fault, it's just that nothing can actually heal us except God himself. Jesus Christ is the restorer, the healer. He loves us all, and that's literally the truth. I wouldn't be saying this on camera, risking my whole channel, because right now I'm playing with fire when I say this, man. I can get so many comments saying, "Oh, I'm not following you. I hate Christians, so I'm unsubscribing right now." But yeah, commandment number 1 is to love God more than anything else. And if we don't, then we're also breaking commandment number 2, which would be worshiping idols. Because if anything is more important than God in our life, it's an idol. So I'm thinking about maybe making a channel, another channel. I don't want to, I like this one to be about box fans and ceiling fans still, where I talk about this type of stuff and this topic. If you guys are interested in that, let me know. I will certainly, whenever that happens, if I decide to do that, I'll update it on this channel so you guys can find that channel whenever it gets created, if. But yeah, like I said, God created us with purpose and intention, and right now I think I already found my purpose. I'm very good at explaining things and helping others and reciting verses and helping others. Like, what do? I don't know about this, and I'm good for explaining things. And God gave me this gift of explaining and creativity. I'm also trying to make music right now, making Christian music. That is, so I just have so many things going on with my life right now, between making songs, managing my preaching thing online, my family, my work, and I just don't have time to sit here and play with box fans in the basement until 4 in the morning. So I'm not trying to be rude. I feel like a weirdo because of all the other collectors are going to be like, I do that, what are you talking about?
I was just going to say one of my favorite things to do is to play with fans at 4 o'clock in the morning.
So, and I encourage other collectors, like, hey, there's a guy out there, if you guys got something going on, like I know Jordan, you made a video about something he was struggling with in his life, and I encourage you to also pray, and God is right there. He will give you a helping hand. He's waiting for you to reach out to him, and he will help you with the grief. Any other collectors going on with hardship in their lives, like, God will help you. He will literally help you, and I just wanted to say this on camera to my audience. I encourage all you people that watch this video, go give God a try. Read the Bible daily. If you say you're a Christian, great. Make sure you actually show it. Don't just call yourself a Christian and then not show it. The Bible says we'll have fruits if we do this, so read your Bible, pray daily, seek a relationship with God, get to know him, just not about him, and find your purpose and start, God created us with a reason for things, and usually a lot of that usually is spreading the word or being a pastor or teaching someone else. Sometimes it might be as simple as being a cashier at McDonald's and spreading your faith at McDonald's workers. We don't know, it's different for every person. But for me, it seems like it's becoming more of like a preacher. That's kind of what my calling looks like it is. You guys all have a calling. I encourage you to go find out right now. Seek, pray to God, and because your life will be so much better. My life has gotten so much better since I've done that, and that's why you haven't seen many channels or many videos on this channel, because I've just had so many crazy, insane things going on in my life in a good way. So many like projects and like, I don't know, I met so many cool people. Like yes, you say like I had so many awesome things going on in my life right now, and the channel is like, it's a barrier. It's not, it's, the passion is not there much anymore. I love fans still, I love working on them, I love making videos, don't get me wrong, but it's becoming like a barrier in my life between me and God, because here I am literally 20 minutes ago trying to start this preach session, and I can't even focus. I'm sitting there and I can't think of what to say or what to talk about for tonight's thing, because I'm sitting there thinking like, oh, I got so much editing I gotta do. Oh, the montage, I gotta upload on Christmas Day. I got 10 days to do it, and I don't have enough time. Didn't even start doing it yet, and all these things are in my head, and I'm like, but no one cares. No offense, but this channel will never become more important than God. It will never. I mean, I could be a millionaire from this channel. It's not gonna matter. My faith matters more, because when the world ends, and when I'm dead and our lives are over with, and Judgment Day comes, I want to be able to say that I put God first in my life, and not my channel, not my friends, not even my family. I want to say I put God first. You know? I don't want Jesus to tell me, depart from me, for I never knew you. No, I want to be able to get to know Jesus. We all have, not just me, not just whatever, all of us on this planet. We have only so much time. We have such a small amount of time to get our act together. Right? We're all evil. We've all done sinful things. Simple as lying. Yeah, lying is a sin, by the way. We've done all these things. We've committed lust. We've lied. We've stolen from someone some way or another. We've ripped someone off, even if we didn't mean to. We've judged other people. We've compared ourselves to others. I mean, everyone does this every single day. This world is just evil, and it will end, and we will come to an inevitable end, and we're going to come to a day where we're standing before God, and God's going to separate two different groups, and the people that didn't care about God, they will go to hell. And it's not because of a punishment, it's just because that's their choice. You don't want to follow God, and God's like, hey, you don't want to live with me, you don't want to live eternally with me, fine. Then the only other place you can go is hell, because that's what he created that for. He created it for the demons and Satan. And if we want to act like the demons, and we want to act like Satan and worship him by rejecting God, then that's where we're going to end up. So I feel relieved just talking about this. I'm so sick of holding this back. But that's just the way it is. There's a heaven and a hell. We need to choose right now. God gave us the choice. It's not forced. We don't want to live with God. We want to reject God. Fine. Then you're going to end up in hell, and it's not going to be a place you want to be. And it's not because of a punishment, it's not because God hates us. He's actually so kind that he's giving us the decision and the choice to decide if we want to live with him or not. Unfortunately, a lot of people don't know their options. A lot of people just think that God is a fairy tale, not knowing the consequences for both actions. If they follow God, there's heaven, and if they reject God, there's hell. And if we want to act like Satan and reject God, because that's what Satan does, and we're going to end up where Satan is. We need to be, if we want to follow God, we need to show it and prove it. Say, I follow Christ, I believe in him, and I have faith in him. I mean, even the demons believe in Jesus, but obviously they don't follow him. And that's why they're going to hell too. So, let's not act like demons. Let's not just say we believe and also know, oh yeah, God is real. But let's actually prove it. Let's actually follow him. Let's love him. Let's love the people around us like Christ does. Instead of judging others and saying, look at that idiot with, oh, look what they're wearing. Oh, I'm not as good as they are. Let's stop doing this and say, you know what? I am no better than anyone else. I am a sinner just like everyone else here. And I say that God created that person. God created that person. And these are all my brothers and sisters in Christ. And one day, I might just see some of these people in heaven. So instead of judging and comparing, we should love everyone just as Christ loves us. The same way we should forgive everyone. We should forgive everyone else around us. Instead of stop holding grudges against other people for dumb things, we should say, you know what, I forgive you because Christ forgave me, so I should forgive you too. So let's be an example, instead of just some of us saying that we follow God but never showing it. That's why I'm making this kind of a harsh message, because I hate to say it, even in my family, there's a lot of Christians out there that say that they're Christian, and I'm not trying to call anyone out or condemn, I'm just saying, you gotta talk the talk, you gotta walk the walk, man. You can't just say, I love Jesus, and then drink alcohol 2 seconds later. Like, you gonna love Jesus? Great, perfect. Show it. Prove it. Have the fruit, have the joy, the peace, the self-control, the patience, the gentleness. You gotta have these things, Read the Bible. It's guidance, it's direction, and it brings you comfort. There's a quote that says, you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free. So I encourage you all right now, give God a chance, seek Him. I mean, He loves you, He loves me, He loves you, He loves everyone, and He will help you with whatever's going on in your life, and He will show you that God's like, hey, I got something much better to offer here than this stuff, Don't get me wrong, I love this stuff. This stuff's awesome. This has been a blessing to my life. But knowing that God is there for me has been a bigger and better blessing. That God has a plan for me. Instead of me trying to figure out my way by myself and say, oh, what am I going to do with my life? God already knows the plan for me. He already has it figured out. I just need to seek Him, and that way will be so much better than whatever I can come up with. Whatever career I think I can have, God has one already planned out for me that says, hey, that's going to be the best career for you. This is the best future for you. And I can just take that path knowing that God, trusting Him, that He knows what's best for me, like the real Father. Unlike other religions where where we have to be perfect for their God. No. We don't have to do that. We're already forgiven. All we have to do is just repent. We don't need to be perfect. Jesus Christ already lived a perfect life. He already lived a sinless life. We just need to honor that and say, you know what? I can't do that because I am a sinner, but Christ can. And because I believe in Him, and because He knows the struggle and He forgives us, and I accept that sacrifice, and I devote my life to Him, that's the least I can do. He died for me. He died for you. When He was on that cross, He was thinking about you. He was like, hey, I see this guy, I see this girl 2,000 years from now, and that's what gave Him the motivation to sit through that pain on the cross, because He thought of me and you. The least we can do is devote our life to Him and help the others and lead others to Christ. It says Matthew 7:13, I think it is. It says the path is narrow, and the path is narrow that leads to heaven, but the path that leads to hell is wide and easy, and many people are going to go down it. But the path to heaven is narrow, and not many people are going to find it. And once I realized and I read that verse, I said, this is serious. This isn't a joke. When I read that the path is narrow to heaven and not many people are going to make it, I said, you know what? I ain't playing around. I got to get my act together, because I want to live with God in heaven. I don't want to be in hell with a bunch of random people and also Satan. I want to be in heaven where everyone loves one another and Christ, and I can live with Him, and I don't have to worry about pain and suffering anymore. I can live in heaven peacefully. That's where I want to be. That's where I want to spend my eternity. So I can encourage you all behind the screen to think about your life, your future, and examine yourselves. What if I were to die right now, what are my chances of going to heaven? Think about it. Do you really know Christ? Do you really read the Bible? Do you pray? Do you really seek Him? And great, if you do, fine. Do you have the fruits? Are you joyful? Are you peaceful? Are you self-controlled? Are you patient? Just think about those things,
I added some more Christmas lights today when I was outside doing some repairs. I added some a string of True Tone C7s over there on that tree right there at the end of the fence. And then I added over there by the mailbox where the bills and advertisements come in, I added a string of C9 clear oh gosh, a string of The heck? I added a string of clear C9 lights from the Ace Hardware that Kevin brought over last year. I completely forgot about those. And then to the right of that, I added a string of 150 C6 lights. I think they're C6 from the Home Depot, the Home Accents Holiday brand. So of all these lights out here, and I find this really interesting, the most distracting to me in terms of flicker is actually the True Tones. I think those have the worst flicker out of everything out here. They have the best coloring. They look the most like an incandescent light bulb, but the flicker to me is the most noticeable. Followed shortly after by, or followed very closely by, the Ace Hardware lights, which on the box claim to be flicker free, which is lies and deception because they're not flicker free in the slightest. They're probably 120 hertz flicker like the True Tones are. The flicker looks the same to me. Now, also like the True Tones, those Ace Hardware lights, they do very much look like clear white C9 lights, but the flicker to me is so distracting. That's why I don't use those True Tones in large quantity, because I wouldn't be satisfied with them for the money they cost. Now, if True Tone comes out with something like that running on DC, oh, that's going to be great, but that hasn't happened yet. The lights, the Home Accents Holiday ones to the right of the Ace Hardware ones, are also advertised as being flicker free. And while I've tested those on the bench, and if you put them in front of a camera, you get banding, they 100% flicker. They flicker very, very minimally compared to the other strings out here. I don't see much flicker at all in those from inside the house. Those seem to be very steady. So I really quite like those lights. They don't look anything like incandescent, of course, but the flicker is definitely not too bad on those. So let's go outside and take a closer look at these lights. It's getting pretty cold out here, but hopefully this scorching hot stop amateur camera will keep my hands warm. I did take a video a couple days ago when the snow first fell, but I had to go very quickly because it was like 12 degrees and windy. My hands were getting numb after just a few minutes of being outside. Anyways, let's go take a look at these flicker tones. Yeah, they flicker something awful to me. To me, these are the most flickery lights out here. And the camera does prove it. I mean, that's pretty bad. That is some serious banding. And it's such a shame because they otherwise look just like incandescent. Now, all these lights will cause that kind of banding on the camera, but not as bad. So it's only a faint band. These don't flicker too much to me. These aren't too bad. But this is like, wow. All right, now let's take a look at these other lights here. These are pretty flickery to me as well, but not quite as bad as the True Tones. Yeah, these are pretty bad too. These do flicker to me quite a bit, But I like these, they look nice. And just to prove the point, let's go look at an incandescent. No banding. Stupid deer are working pretty good. I had to patch this today. The wire broke. It broke where it goes into one of the light sockets, and now I've had to cut out 2 light sockets from this. So now it's like running with 2 bulbs burnt out. Not ideal. But it has still been reliable thus far. Okay, now let's take a look at the other lights I put out. No, I don't plow the driveway, I just don't care about it. Here's the mailbox. This is where all the bills and advertisements come in. And it's right here by the street, so if all people say, oh, the mail, you gotta get, the mail will come. Okay, so here's the the Ace Hardware lights. It's a filament bulb, and you can see the flicker is bad. This is just as bad as the True Tones, very, very distinct banding on the camera. And it's a shame because these look pretty nice. These are the correct coloring. The filament's not quite right, but you know, from any distance, these look like incandescent. It's just the flicker is awful. And then we have these, which are from the Home Depot, the Home Accents Holiday brand. Those are allegedly flicker-free, which is a bunch of baloney. These are allegedly flicker-free as well. Actually, that's kind of looks pretty bad on the camera. I wonder why these don't look as bad in person. These don't look bad in person at all. I mean, I can tell they're flickering, but it's not awful. What is awful, I'm not sure if this will pick up on the video, but look at all this salt. This happened last year too, and it killed all the grass, like maybe 2 to 3 feet in. There's huge grains of salt all over here, and there shouldn't be. All over by the mailbox, where the bills and advertisements come in. It's all over here. And then the plow took a big chunk out of the yard here. This is pretty bad. I think I might actually call the town and complain about this one, because sometimes they'll come out and fix it. You know, like if the plow hits a mailbox and stuff like that, I'm not sure they'll come out and fix this, but it's worth a try, because I gotta buy dirt and I gotta buy grass seed to fix this. This is probably a $60 or $70 job to fix this, because it's all tore up from here all the way over. And it's, I don't know, 10 or so square feet of damage. It ain't right. And it's like, that's not even close to where the road stops here. I'm standing at the edge of the road. Why the heck is the plow over there? Stupid. Anyways, take care of that in the spring. So, outside lights looking nice. I tried to be very particular this year with how I connected these lights on the tree. And I did a good job, because all that wind and nothing has fallen. I'm very happy with that. The icicles are holding up pretty good, except they lost the last hook here, came off. But other than that, you know, it hasn't, nothing has flicked up on the roof. That's huge, because that was such an annoyance last year and all years prior. That problem is solved. Look at these C9s. You just can't beat them. There's nothing like incandescent C9s.